Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques,
Hulk,
Jacques,
Hulk.
what's up, folks? What is going down? What is happening? Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is your way. Here on Bleacher Report, we hope your day has been well. Jacques, what's good with you, brother? How are you, sir?
I'm good, brother. You maintaining, living. You know how it is, dog. Hey, we here, talk Titans. Man, let's get it, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it. So as you all see
Oh,
the title, man, quarterback or not for the first pick of the 2025 NFL draft, Jacques.
yeah, this is gonna be a ongoing conversation. Kind of it almost can turn into an annoying conversation because we just constantly talking about quarterback. So,
Yes.
but let's get into it, man. So
Okay.
just simple as that. Should the
I
Titans
feel you
draft
on that, dude. I'm thinking the same. It's like, yeah, we go. Yeah, that's gonna be the talk for real. But go ahead, man. You're right.
should
You're
the
right.
should the Titans draft a quarterback at number one?
Given that the Tennessee Titans have the first pick of the draft, and this is not, this is rare to have the number one pick. And the biggest need that we have at this team is besides right tackle is quarterback. The Tennessee Titans should absolutely draft a quarterback, pick one. Now, we do have that poll question out there as well. Yes, take the opportunity to draft a quarterback. Now, you have options. You have Cam Ward, you have Shedeur Sanders, you have quarterbacks out here. You got folks talking about other QBs, Jackson Dart. It's quarterbacks out here. So I put the onus on Brian Callahan and also with Mike Barganzi. It's their job to scout and figure out who the quarterback should be. Yes, other people might think trade to get a free agent. Right now, man, we need to get a young face on this football team. We need to figure out if these guys are it. And if they're not, then that needs to be communicated. But I think right now, I think we need to draft a quarterback for this team. We have a new stadium that's coming up in 2 years. Drafting young quarterbacks has worked over the last several years with some of the teams that has changed their whole narrative. And we're not sitting there saying they're going to be an automatic franchise changer right off rip. But Brian Callahan, you are a quarterback, offensive guru. It's your job to get these guys right. Get the staff, get your quarterback coach, get things going for a rookie quarterback that we can bring in here. I absolutely think that we should draft a quarterback, pick one in 2025. What about you, Jacques?
Of course. I mean, you don't get this opportunity all the time. Think about it. Last time we've had the number one overall pick was 2016, right? When is the last time we really drafted in the top two, three? I mean, we've drafted in the top two or three before, yes, but the talent lives up there, right? So yes, we should draft a quarterback, especially if you think he's the guy, if you've done enough homework on him, if you're getting trade bait or whatnot, that's cool. But get your guy. Get your guy. It's worked for the past 2 or 3 years. Get your guy. So yes, the Titans ultimately should draft a quarterback.
For sure, dude. For sure, man. For sure. So, Jacques,
Mm-hmm.
I have an opposite question to that. Okay. And I think it's a legitimate question because we not only have holes at quarterback, we got holes in every other spot too, man. We're not a good football team. So should the Titans trade the number one pick?
No, I say no. But if you do trade, you trade down one or two spots. But my preference is no. You can always trade the number two pick and pick up extra picks with that particular pick because you pick high in the second round anyway. So you do have that option also. So just your cards are just not stacked on number one, right? Number one holds the most value. Yes, it does. I agree. But also, if you're in the second round, you say, okay, hey, we want to move from I think we're four to like 13. Okay, cool. We can do that. We can make that trade, but you got to give me your third round pick. All right, cool. Third round pick. We can do that. Boom, 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 boom. So, yes, I say if you're going to trade the first pick, move down one or two spots. My preference is no, because you still have other draft capital that you can quote unquote trade. That's me.
So for me, Jacques,
Mhm.
let me tell you the only reason I would think of trading this pick. It's possible, right? Very similar to what you're saying. If I trade down, I'm going only maybe one or two spots down to two or three. And again, based on Barganzi, based on Callahan, what do you all think about Cam Ward or Shedeur? What do you all think? If you feel like he's the guy, you stay there.
Mhm.
But even if you Still think that if you feel they're both on an even playing field and a team wants to jump up to try to draft one of these guys and you go down to number 2 and still have an opportunity, why not grab an extra first round pick or an extra
Mhm.
second round pick or something like that? I'd be like, listen, let's talk. Let's discuss. Is this what you want to do? You want to negotiate something here? Let's break it down. So you want to trade? Cool. So what else are we going to add to this? If you
Right.
want to add, just like if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm getting a hamburger. I want a cheeseburger. I want pickles. I want lettuce and tomato. I want it all in order for me to make this draft to go down for one extra pick.
Right.
So I'm open to it. I'm open to listening to what's
Right.
going on for sure. And I do think there's going to be teams that's going to vie to try to trade for us because teams need quarterbacks. Some teams might even try to trade up to get Abdul Carter because there's teams like the Commanders. There's teams that are on the verge of being really good, like to be maybe a Super Bowl contender, and they need
Mhm.
a defensive pass rusher. They might jump up to get an Abdul Carter, or be like, "Hey man, what you talking about?" Right? Or you
Right.
might have a team that needs a DB, and they might ask for Travis Hunter. So I think the Titans hold the power. If I'm trading, I think I'm only trading with 2 teams: the
Mhm.
Cleveland Browns or the New York Giants. That's about as far as I go, Job.
Yep, I can dig it. I can dig
Yep.
it. So we talk about the two top quarterbacks in this year's draft, which is Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. Give us some pros and cons. First, I'll start with Shedeur. Go ahead, throw some pros and cons that a lot of people probably don't know. And again, educators, man. What you think?
So I think, man, when I look at Shedeur Sanders as far as a pro, if I said one pro for Shedeur, is that he's extremely accurate. Um, I've seen so many games of Shedeur Sanders. I've seen him in person when he was at Jackson State down here in Memphis. Saw them when they played against Tennessee State University, Nashville, Tennessee. And I've seen the accuracy of Shedeur Sanders. Um, Even when he's getting hit around, because he will take a while to throw the ball. He holds on to the football, but he'll take the hit and still make the throw.
Mm.
And I think that's a humongous attribute going into the league, is being accurate, right? A lot of quarterbacks out there that throw the ball that aren't accurate. They cause a lot of turnovers. They do a lot of stupid plays. Shedeur doesn't do that. He's
Mhm.
not a turnover prone quarterback. He's accurate, and he don't make a lot of stupid mistakes, man. I think
Mhm.
I think more than anything, maybe he holds the football too long at times, but I don't think that's a problem with Shedeur Sanders. And we got that poll question out the way. Now, if I think of cons of Shedeur, and I look, when I look at that as well too, I look at the fact that I do think he's not as athletic as I would like for him to be. I think
Right.
that's the lack of mobility, I think, can really hurt him in the NFL. Because in this league today, every good quarterback is mobile. All of them, right? Joe Burrow might not be as mobile, but I think he's okay. He's all right. Most of these quarterbacks that that make it to the Super Bowl, make it deep in the playoffs, they have an element in their game. When I look at Patrick Mahomes, when I look at him, he's very mobile. The times he's beaten us in the playoffs against the Titans, it wasn't really him throwing the football, it's him running the ball. We couldn't contain him.
Yep.
So I think lack of mobility is his biggest, and I don't think that'll change. I don't think he's really super athletic, and he's going to have to adjust. And I think up front, if you have a really good offensive line, that'll really do well for him because he will
Right.
step in the pocket to throw the ball. But him breaking the line and going far for like a 5 to 6 yard gain, I think that'll be a struggle for Shedeur. So that's my thoughts there. What about you? What are the pros and cons for Shedeur Sanders?
I like his decision making. Even though he takes a lot of sacks, he's taking sacks. He's not going to put the ball in harm's way. That's one thing I do like about him. Like you said, his accuracy is solid as well. Very accurate, and it's not surprising. He worked with Tom Brady, the GOAT, right? So he's learned some things. I like his base. I like his footwork. Some of the cons, again, it's holding the ball too long. In the NFL, you only got 1.2 seconds to throw that thing and make a decision. So will that habit transition to the NFL? We don't know, right? We'll definitely see. I don't have too much issues with the, I guess, what would you say, the confidence? I call it confidence. Some people call him being a diva, him being cocky, but it's confidence, right? You need that to be in this league. So that's my pros and cons of Shedeur, and of course, we can break it down in detail and show games and stuff. But those are my pros and cons.
Okay, all right. So since we're on the topic of quarterback and the names that we keep hearing is Shedeur Sanders and the University of Miami quarterback Cam Ward. So
Mhm.
let's talk about Cam Ward. Let's give an opportunity there. So, what are some of the pros and cons of the Miami quarterback Cam Ward?
His off schedule. When he goes off schedule, man, it's amazing, man. He can create something out of nothing, if that makes sense. Not even when the pocket breaks down, but it's almost to the point where he's looking his first, second, third read, then he kind of takes off, but he creates that opportunity for the receiver and the play to continue. We see that in the Chiefs. We've seen that in Josh Allen. We've seen that in Lamar Jackson. We've seen that in specific teams, specific quarterbacks, right? So that's one thing. Another thing too is I like his poise, man. He is very, very poised. And when I say poise, he is one of the most chillest human beings I've seen in the rest behind an offensive line throwing a football. I mean, it's like no other, man. It is that now his cons is it can knock on his decision making, right? All seven of his interceptions was on him, right? So that's what you get when you get a quarterback that's off script, right? You will get some good, and you also get some bad. Luckily, with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, you're there. Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, right? They've learned how to perfect that particular part of their game. So, can that part of his game transition where he's not making bad decisions like that? Because in the NFL, we know they're fast, and they will break on a football fast and pick it off on you. So that was my pros and cons with Cam. What about you, Hawk?
Okay. All right. So my pros and cons of Cam Ward. The biggest the biggest pro that I have for Cam Ward, man, is this guy here has the ability to do off script things, and I think in a very positive way. His arm is as live as I've seen, man. Like he has a very live arm in throwing the football, and he makes decisions immediately, and those decisions have worked very well for Cam Ward. But I do like as well too when the defense has settled in and they've shut down certain receivers and tight ends that I've seen him play. He's always made the right read. So I really like his off scripting when things have not worked out. Cam Ward makes the right decision, and he has an ability that I hadn't seen in any of the quarterbacks that are in this draft. Is the fact again his arm is extremely lively. He pushes the ball down the field. He looks to get the ball down the field, and I like the fact that he's off script at times. Like, and in the NFL, you have to have quarterbacks. You think of the Patrick Mahomes, you look at Jaden Daniels, look at quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, veteran quarterbacks, Josh Allen, guys that even Jalen Hurts, quarterbacks that just don't do A plus B is C. They literally at times have to change direction on plays. And sometimes they have to look at other reads in order to be successful. I think that's a big positive of Cam Ward. I think if I look at the cons of Cam Ward, I do think at times he does play some hero ball. I've seen that as well too. I've seen where at times I'm like, Cam, what are you doing, bro? Like you can't make those type of plays, man. And I do see that at times out of Cam Ward because I think he wants to make every play, and that's something he'll have to learn in the league. That hey, sometimes man, just live to fight the next day. And when I look at Shedeur, I don't see that out of Shedeur at all. I see that out of Cam Ward. He literally wants to make a play every single play. So that's something you have to work on. Is not playing so much hero ball at times. But that's a con that I think of when I think of Cam Ward, man.
I'll throw Jaden Daniels in that list that you named as well because he's pretty good at off script plays as well. So yep. So assuming Cam, well, assuming, but it's an assumption, but on paper it's true. Cam and Shedeur are 1 and 2. Who's your third quarterback in this draft that a lot of people might not know or they're sleeping on, or you think that they're going to get drafted very high?
Gotcha, man. And we got that poll question out there, by the way, as well, too. So, the competition at quarterback 3 has been Alabama's quarterback Jalen Moreau, Ohio State's national championship quarterback Will Howard, Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart, and Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel. So, all of these quarterbacks have had very much a lot of success. Will Howard, winning the national championship. Dylan Gabriel, up to the Heisman. Like these guys have been very successful. Jalen Monroe won a lot of football games at Alabama. Same with Jackson Dart. But I would say for QB3, and I think, you look at the Shrine Bowl. I think that the Shrine Bowl really sort of answered this question. And I'm going to say Jackson Dart. I think
In
Jackson
the
Dart
Senior
has
Bowl,
the ability. What's that?
the Senior Bowl.
The Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
In the Shrine Bowl, too, right?
Well, Jackson Dart played in the Senior Bowl.
Senior Bowl. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
of the practices for the Shrine Bowl, but
Oh yeah,
Senior Bowl.
yeah. It was a
Yes,
Senior
Senior
Bowl.
Bowl.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
both of them. To your
yeah.
point, Jackson Dart showed up and showed out, and I got to give him credit because he could have just laid back, say, I'm cool, but he's like, look, man, look, there's a lot of names out there that's being thrown. I got to show what I'm about. I didn't, win a national championship or make the playoffs with Ole Miss, but I did win some games at Ole Miss, won some big games at Ole Miss, and Jackson Dart was a heavy, big recruit coming out of high school, played at USC, and transferred to Ole Miss. Jackson Dart, he's pretty accurate. He's mobile, and he does scramble the ball very well. And he makes good decisions. He had some bad games, but I would tell you that out of those quarterbacks, I don't even think it's close. I think it's Jackson Dart by a mile at QB3, and I think he might have played himself into the late first round for me. So I'm going to say Jackson Dart QB3. What about you, Jacques?
I agree. I mean, Jackson again. It was important for him to play at the Senior Bowl, and he didn't play a lot. But when he did get his opportunities, he took advantage of those opportunities, and it helped his stock go up. Right? You do have a quarterback. I mean, not quarterback. You have teams out there that are looking into Jackson Dart, even as close as the Giants and Cleveland Browns. Now, my thing is he a franchise quarterback? We don't know, right? We don't know. We don't know. But he's very accomplished in college under Lane Kiffin's system, and we'll see how it transitions to the NFL. We kind of do this every year. We kind of sneak on purpose a quarterback up there that that's not supposed to be there, but they help their stock in certain ways. So I'm rooting for the young man. I hope he's successful, but we'll see. We'll see. But for me, right now, it's by a mile. I mean, Will Howard's a close fourth because of the national championship and what he was able to do at Ohio State. But it's Jackson Dart.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. Okay. So, Jacques, I have another question for you, man. So we are on the subject of quarterback today. Today is the quarterback show, man. Either we going quarterback or not. So let's play this as a situation because it could happen. This could be a scenario that could happen for the Tennessee Titans. So what if the Titans do sign a free agent quarterback? Say it happens.
Mm-hmm.
How should that be? What should be the plan if the Titans sign a free agent quarterback?
Well, the plan should be if you're going to sign him, you sign him to a 1-year deal. Don't break the bank. That's the one. Two, you bringing in. I'm still drafting a quarterback. You draft your quarterback, and if you feel like that quarterback is not quote unquote ready, then play your free agent or play your veteran. The thing is, it could end up like a Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix situation, right? And I think that's what you're trying to recreate. But yeah, I still say, to be honest with you, keeping Will Levis, which they're going to do anyway, would make sense, right? Now they're probably bringing a third quarterback to compete, but again, I would still draft a quarterback at the top, even if you bring in a free agent. What about you, Hawk?
Facts, no paper, Jacques. Um, I'm going to say the same as well, Jacques. I'm trying to think of something different, but I really can't. I really think that when I look at the free agent quarterbacks that are available, if there was somebody really good, I would temper to say, hey, let's see what they're talking about,
Right,
but I don't see that.
right,
And not from a long-term perspective. And so if you do bring a quarterback in for a 1-year deal, you know, you got Will Levis still. Will Levis, at least that's what they're saying. He'll be there contractually. He'll be there regardless.
right,
So he'll be there. It's a matter of will he make the team, right?
right.
If you bring in a free agent quarterback, the only concern that I have if you keep Will Levis and you sign a quarterback, they probably won't draft a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yep.
know if they'll have 3 quarterbacks.
Yep.
So if you're going to keep Will Levis, I say don't pick no free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Draft a quarterback.
Yep.
Let him and Will Levis battle it out.
Mm-hmm.
Unless if you bring in 3 quarterbacks, somebody's going to lose their job.
Yep.
And if you bring in a free agent quarterback for a 1-year deal, it's probably not him. It'll probably be Will Levis. So
Mm-hmm.
I think the Richter scale's on Will Levis.
Right.
And, can Will Levis, if he could convince them enough to keep him for the whole year, go in the season start with Will Levis. See
Right.
what he does as the starting quarterback, at least initially when camp starts. And he
Right.
has to screw it up, right? And the way he's trending, he probably will. And then you put in the rookie quarterback out there.
Yeah.
So I'm almost leaning to say don't pick up anybody if you're gonna if the decision, I'm gonna say again, it's on Barganzi, it's on Brian Callahan. As
Mm-hmm.
much as we think Cam Ward will be the quarterback of Shedeur, how much we like him, it's on them to make that decision. It's on them to scout these guys. We've seen the film, we've seen these things. It's on them to say he's our guy or he's not our guy. If they
Mhm.
strongly say they're not worthy of the number one pick, get you a big time free agent quarterback, and Will Levis is the backup. It's on them. It's not on us. It's not on anybody else. It's on. That's how coaches and GMs make money, to
Mhm.
figure out who the quarterback is going to be, who are the players you're going to sign. So I'm leaning towards saying not to pick a free agent. Draft the quarterback, keep Will Levis.
Got it.
Yep. Yep.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Cool, cool. So, all right, y'all. Well, listen, we are at our favorite part of the show right now. We're here on Bleacher Report. So if you're watching this outside of Bleacher Report, it's not going to show live. We are live here on Bleacher Report. So we want you all to throw out some questions, and we're going to answer them. We're going to fire off over the next 5 to 10 minutes. Let's get cooking.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we do got one comment out there, Jacques.
Yep.
All right. Is that how you feel, Jacques?
Uh, I mean, if that's the case, then Patrick Mahomes, he's a hero ball. Josh Allen, hero ball. Brett Favre is hero ball. I feel when you gamble like that, because you're taking a gamble when you're getting off script, right? When you're getting off script, when it comes to off script plays, that's the gamble that you take, right? You're trying to extend the play. That's the gamble that you take. And if you're good at it, cool. If you have the receivers that can match the energy, cool. When he did, it wasn't a lot to his game, if that makes sense. It's only like a handful of times when he did it, but he did it in a Will Levis way, if that makes sense. So people are going to look at that and be like, man, that's Will Levis 2.0, which I'm not saying it is, but I'm not, some people are saying it, but not everybody, right? So
Right.
that's yeah. When I see that, it's yeah, it says, you see what I'm saying? So it's Will Levis. So is Will Levis, and we will see how. So you see what I'm saying? Yeah. He said, look,
Yeah. We'll see
yeah,
how they turn out.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
Right.
that's my point. Like that's why I encourage fans to do your homework. You don't have to be an X's and O's type of person to go look at YouTube and look at old tape or look at old games. Just sit there and look at the game, and you make the assumption of yourself. You be like, okay, he's either good or he's bad. But when people are just looking at specific games or one game or two games, and that's most NFL fans. A lot of NFL fans follow college, but a lot of them don't, right? So they rely on people like us to give them that insight. So when you're looking at it and you trying to tell people, hey, go check them out, go check them out, go check them out, and then when they finally see and check them out, they be like, wow, okay, he either sucks or he's either pretty good. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, yeah, I got you. Yeah, the hero ball for Cam Ward. The hero ball for Cam Ward, I do think that's an Achilles heel for him. And some of the turnovers that took place last year for the University of Miami of his interceptions were because of him. And I think that's something. He didn't have a whole lot of interceptions, but in the league, in the NFL, that could add if he's not careful. Because I really do think Cam Ward wants to win every down, which all should, yes. But I think too, Cam Ward's not panicky like Will Levis. Like he's not at all. Like it's a complete difference. He's a lot more chill. So I think more than anything, hopefully Callahan can coach that part out of him, and hopefully he can get some success in that regard. So thank you for the question, Tito 11. So we got another question as well. I agree with drafting a quarterback now and let him and Will Levis battle it out. G Herrera 6. Yes, I think so too. And I'm gonna tell you this: before yesterday, I didn't think that, because I was thinking, well, maybe release, cut Will Levis and bring in a free agent quarterback. But when we looked at the contract, Will Levis will be here, and it's his job to lose. You know what I mean? But you think of a guy that's in his third year with the team, second year under Callahan. That's an advantage for Will Levis, right? And so, if we bring in a free agent quarterback, it's because it's going to be quarterbacks that want to come here and sign big deals. And so I don't. I know people talk about Sam Bradford, maybe it's a long-term deal. I mean, I don't quite trust it yet, because he has a lot of receivers out there and everything. But you have one-year deals like Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, and those guys that might could come here. But again, they got to compete with Will Levis. Will Levis is going to be there. And I'm telling you, I think if they did do that, I don't know if they would draft a quarterback. I don't know if they would bring in 3 QBs. I don't know. And I might be wrong, but that's just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So I this is Will Levis' second year in this system. So like you said, he should have an advantage when it comes to competing. And that's actually my first first actually thought to go was to keep Will Levis and draft a quarterback and let them, like you said, let Will Levis stink it up, right? If they feel like Will Levis is the starter going into the season, but you feel like game two, it ain't working, put that rookie out there and let him see what he can do, right?
Yep. Because that's going to happen. What you just said will happen for sure.
So we said, which free agent quarterback do you think will fit Brian Callahan's offensive system? Sam,
Well,
you got Sam Bradford, I think. Go ahead. I'll go
Sam,
ahead. Look.
Sam Donald.
And you got Matt Stafford too.
Yeah. Matt Stafford might be the guy because he worked with Matt Stafford
You mean he worked?
and with the Rams,
Yeah.
right? And
But
so,
you have to trade for him, won't you?
yeah, I think that's a good question. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you have
Yes,
to trade for
because
him.
he's a restricted free agent. He's not unrestricted.
Yep.
That's facts.
You'll have to trade.
So, man, look. So when you think of quarterbacks, the Matt Stafford I think is a good option because of that relationship. But yeah, I don't want to trade for him.
Mhm.
We need young players, right?
Yep.
You think of any quarterbacks, Jock?
No, I mean, because I seen people looming Derek Carr out there. No, don't bring Derek Carr. So I'm gonna be honest with you. The top quarterbacks like Sam Darnold, Matt Stafford, if they decide to trade him, they're trying to win Super Bowls. They're trying to go to a playoff team. And for
Yep.
them to come here, they're not going to really get any benefit out of coming here. So, like you said, go younger. Get younger, build with your younger core. That way, hey, we can build something and go. We've done this, we've done the bridge quarterback thing actually most of our Titan lives. We inherited Steve McNair, Kerry Collins, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Ryan Tannehill, a Hasselback. We've had the bridge quarterbacks here, which has been our bread and butter. It's been our success, right? But we had Vince Young as a rookie and Marcus Mariota as a rookie, right? Those are the first top picks that we've drafted at quarterback, and we see how that didn't pan out. So I think you might have the right structure and leadership to kind of continue this continuity with if we draft a quarterback with this, because there's no guarantee, man. I know a lot of people say draft a quarterback next year. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee we'll be
Yeah,
picking number 1 or 2, especially if you bring in a bridge quarterback, because then at
that's
that
right.
point, I expect to win by 6-7 games.
That's right. I think the only bridge quarterback that I could think of on a 1-year deal out of these quarterbacks is Justin Fields. So
Yeah,
let's
yes, yeah.
let's look at these quarterback names that's out there as free agents, right?
Trash.
Sam Darnold, Zach
Yeah,
Wilson,
yeah.
Trey Lance,
Nope.
Jacoby Brissett,
Nope.
Marcus Mariota,
Nope.
Drew Lock,
Nope.
Joe. I see somebody say Joe Milton. The Patriots are wanting to trade Joe Milton.
That's a great question.
I don't trust him yet.
I don't either.
Mac Jones,
Mhm.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Cooper Rush, Josh Dobbs, Kyle Allen, Russell Wilson is one, Teddy Bridgewater, Desmond Ritter.
Mhm.
I mean,
Bunch of
what?
backups. Yes.
What?
It's a bunch, but it's a
What?
bunch of backups. Yeah, that's why
What?
I peeped this list about 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were talking
Yeah,
about this, and I said, nah, this free agent class altogether is just like the draft class. It's not strong. You're gonna see a lot of trades happen.
right.
Free agents, nah, nah,
Yeah,
nah, nah. It's different. And those free agents, those prime free agents, they're gonna
yep.
want to go to Super Bowl teams.
That's
If
right.
you really want the
Fact.
money that bad, cool, they'll
Yep,
come. But you really got to put down and lay out the red carpet and give a plan of how we gonna go to a Super Bowl. So,
yep. I'd rather bring Will Levis back, man.
yep, all right, there you go. Go. What they say?
I'd rather bring a guy that's been in our system. The list is trash, y'all. Like the free
Yep.
agent list. And to your point, now just because we're talking about free agents, the Titans could trade. They
Yep.
can trade, right?
Mhm.
They're trade options. But we looking straight out of free agents as an option. Nah, bro, I'm good,
Yep.
bro. Just
Mhm.
it's G. Herrera's was talking about Justin Fields as a 1-year deal. I think that's a good deal, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I somewhat don't think Pittsburgh's ready to let him go, man.
Nope, at all. Nope. Nope.
Yep.
It's think of
Yep.
the scenario, Hawk. Russell Wilson retires, you said Justin Fields is gonna step right in his place.
Absolutely.
You can't let
Absolutely.
that go. Like, no, you
Nope.
can't let that go at all. So no,
That's
I
right.
know they're not gonna let him go. They trying to work out a deal now.
Yep, that's right, brother. That's right. That's right. That's right. So, well, we'll go one more question, y'all. We appreciate everybody in the comment section, by the way. Shout out to y'all, man. Yep. G. Harris, I think he's gonna play. Yeah, I agree, man. I think he's gonna stay in Pittsburgh. I do
Yep.
think that, man. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Justin Fields, he probably don't want to leave. He's like, man, I've been to Chicago to Pittsburgh, and I gotta go somewhere else, man. Can I just stay put for a minute, bro? Because being traded and shipped away, bro, that's a lot, man. That ain't just like, oh, he gets traded. Oh, what to do now? You got to move your family. Think about the Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic trade, right?
Yep.
Anthony Davis just signed he just bought a house, a $23 million house, right?
In LA. Yeah.
Luka just bought a $17 million house. They just bought it. Now they got to up there with their family. Like, nah, dog, I'm
So
good.
there's some breaking basketball news. Jimmy Butler just got traded to the Warriors.
Wow.
Yep, he just got
Wow.
traded to the Warriors.
Wow.
Shout out to Jimmy
Wow.
B, man.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder was it through Andrew? I wonder was Andrew Wiggins part of that deal? Probably.
Uh,
Let's see.
yeah, they still finalizing it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, all right, y'all. Well, listen. We want to say thank you all for watching the show here on Bleacher Report. Again, shout out to Bleacher Report as well, y'all. If you haven't yet, subscribe to us today, man. Subscribe to me at Lorenzo_the Hawk. You can also subscribe to Jacques as well at Jacques Merrill here on Bleacher Report. We're on Tennessee Titans Weekly on YouTube. We're on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. Jacques, we are everywhere, bro.
Appreciate that. And then when y'all do subscribe or whatever y'all do, cut your notification bells on. It's going to let you know when we go live. We post any new content. And thank y'all for participating in the show. And again, thank you, Bleacher Report, for giving us this opportunity. And Hawk, take us home, brother.
Okay. Well, we hope y'all have a great rest of your week. I know it's Super Bowl week, so everybody be safe, be careful out there. Our next show on Bleacher Report will be on Monday. So please know that's going to be a day change there. But as we always say, and as we always do, Jacques, facts.
No paper.